Have you ever heard of the haunting of Hollow Hill? Deep in the heart of a quaint, unsuspecting town, a shadowy figure looms. An old, decrepit mansion known as Hollow Hill. This was not just any old house, but a place shrouded in mystery and dread. A once grand abode of a prosperous family, now a monument to their tragic and cryptic demise. The town's whispers brought tales of curses and unsettled spirits wandering the gloomy corridors of Hollow Hill. An aura of fear wrapped the mansion, making the townsfolk give it a wide berth, their hearts heavy with unspoken terror. Yet curiosity is a powerful force, and it was only a matter of time before it overpowered fear. And so it happened. One fateful night, a group of daring teenagers, their hearts filled with adventure and a dash of recklessness, decided to confront the town's collective fear. They dared to explore the infamous Hollow Hill. The brave group consisted of Emma, Alex, Sarah, and Mark. Emma, a fearless and curious girl, was always drawn to the supernatural. Then there was Alex, a smart and logical thinker who was always up for a challenge, no matter how daunting it might seem. Sarah, with her sharp wit and skeptical mind, often found herself questioning the unexplained. And lastly, Mark, the thrill-seeker of the bunch, who would never back down from a dare. As these four brave souls ventured towards the old mansion, the wind howled, whispering tales of dread, while the moon cast an eerie glow over Hollow Hill. The mansion, once a symbol of grandeur and wealth, now stood as a monument to fear and mystery. The sight of it was enough to send chills down their spines. Undeterred, they pressed on. With each step, their hearts pounded like a drum, echoing their anticipation and fear. They hesitantly entered the mansion, their hearts pounding with anticipation. Inside, the air was heavy, and the atmosphere was suffocating. Each creak of the old wooden floors echoed through the grand halls as the brave band of teenagers ventured into the unknown. Shadows danced along the ancient wallpaper, warping their forms into grotesque silhouettes, as if the mansion itself was alive and watching their every move. Suddenly the temperature dropped, and a chilling whisper danced across their ears. The words were crystal clear. "Get out!" The group turned, their hearts pounding like a drummer's beat, and saw a spectral figure standing in the corner of the room. Its appearance punctuated by a blood-curdling scream that seemed to resonate from the walls itself. Its eyes glowed with an ethereal light, and its tattered gown billowed as if caught in an unseen wind. Emma, her curiosity piqued, took a step forward. Her voice trembled slightly as she asked, "Who are you?" The spirit's reply was haunting, a voice filled with sorrow and regret. "I am the ghost of Isabella Holloway," it said. "My family was cursed, and we met a gruesome end. We are trapped here, unable to find peace. Leave this place before it consumes you too." The warning hung in the air, a chilling prophecy that sent shivers down their spines. The spectral figure of Isabella faded away, leaving the group in stunned silence. The mansion's eerie stillness was only interrupted by the distant hooting of an owl, an ominous soundtrack to their chilling encounter. But despite the fear gnawing at their stomachs, they felt a pull, a need to uncover the truth behind the mansion's dark history. The spectral warning was a puzzle piece, a clue to the mystery they were determined to solve. The air might have been heavy with dread, but their hearts were filled with determination and a daring spirit. They moved deeper into the mansion, their flashlights piercing the darkness, revealing long-forgotten relics of a once grand family. The whispers of the past seemed to grow louder, more insistent, as if the mansion itself was urging them to leave. But the group was determined to uncover the truth behind the mansion's dark history. As they delved deeper into the mansion, they discovered a hidden chamber. A door creaked open to reveal a room untouched by time. There was thick with an ancient stillness, a silence that whispered tales of a bygone era and unspeakable horrors. The hidden chamber was a cryptic puzzle, a chilling snapshot of the past. Dusty portraits adorned the walls, their eyes seeming to follow every movement. Antique furniture shrouded in cobwebs bore silent witness to the macabre scene. In the heart of the room, a gruesome sight awaited our brave explorers. There, atop a stone dais, lay the skeletal remains of what appeared to be a family. Their bodies, contorted in unnatural positions, painted a grim picture of their final moments. A cold shudder ran down their spines as they realized they were standing in the final resting place of the ill-fated Holloway family. As they took in this horrifying sight, the air around them grew colder, and an eerie silence descended upon the room. Then a sudden gust of wind swept through the chamber, extinguishing their torches and plunging them into darkness. Their hearts pounded in their chests as they fumbled for their flashlights. The room was bathed in an eerie glow, casting monstrous shadows on the walls. The once silent chamber now echoed whispers, growing louder and more menacing with each passing second. Then suddenly, a blood-curdling scream throughout the chamber as spectral figures emerged from the walls, their ethereal forms flickering like candle in the wind. The spirits of the Holloway family had awakened, their eyes burning with a fury that could chill the blood. The group found themselves surrounded by the angry spirits of Hollow Hill. The spectral figures circled them, their ghostly cries filling chamber. Their eyes, glowing with an otherworldly light, were filled with an unspeakable fury. The hidden chamber had revealed its haunting secret, and the spirits were not pleased. The teenagers, once eager to uncover the mansion's dark history, now found themselves wishing they had never set foot in Hollow Hill. But it was too late to turn back now. The spirits of Hollow Hill had them in their grip, their eyes burning with fury. In a desperate attempt to escape, Alex noticed an ancient book lying on a dusty shelf. It was bound in worn leather, its pages yellowed with age. With a glance, he could tell that it was no ordinary text. It was filled with cryptic symbols and incantations, the arcane language of the supernatural. A wave of realization washed over him. This was their salvation, their only hope. His fingers traced over the intricate inscriptions, the inked symbols seeming to pulse with a rhythm that echoed the pounding of his heart. His eyes fell on a particular ritual, its title sending a shiver down his spine: the release of the damned. It was a spell designed to free trapped spirits, to break curses that bound them to this earthly realm. With a deep breath, Alex began to read aloud. His voice echoed through the room, each syllable resonating with a power that seemed to shake the very foundations of Hollow Hill. The temperature in the room began to drop, an icy chill sweeping over them as the spirits swirled around, their angry whispers growing louder. Yet Alex did not falter. He continued reading, his voice steady and resonant. As he reached the climax of the ritual, he uttered the last phrase with a force that seemed to echo from within him, a plea to the universe to break the chains that held these spirits captive. A blinding light filled the room, a beacon in the suffocating darkness. The spirits let out one final scream, a lament of centuries of torment before they began to fade. One by one they vanished, their ethereal forms dissolving into the ether, finally free from their earthly shackles. The suffocating grip of the mansion loosened, and the walls returned to their normal state. The air lightened, the oppressive atmosphere lifting as if a great weight had been removed. The curse of Hollow Hill was broken, its spirits finally finding the peace they had long been denied. As the group stepped outside, they found the once eerie mansion now peaceful, their breath clouded in the chilly air, hearts still racing from the adrenaline. The moon cast long shadows, yet the sinister aura that once clung to Hollow Hill had dissipated. The mansion, once a symbol of fear and mystery, now stood quiet, almost serene. Emma, Alex, Sarah and Mark exchanged glances, their faces a mix of relief and disbelief. Their adventure had started as a test of courage, yet it had turned into a journey of discovery and unity. The chilling encounters, the hidden chamber, the angry spirits, and finally the breaking of the curse. It was a night they would never forget. Emma, always the brave one, broke the silence. "We did it," she said, her voice shaky but resolute. "We freed them." Her fascination with the supernatural had led them to this point, and though it had been terrifying, she felt a sense of accomplishment. Alex nodded in agreement, his mind still processing the events. He had always been the logical thinker, yet tonight he had witnessed the illogical, the supernatural. It was a humbling experience, one that would forever change his perspective. Sarah, ever the skeptic, couldn't help but admit that the experience had been real. She had seen, heard, and felt the spirits of Hollow Hill. It had shaken her skepticism, making her question her beliefs. Then there was Mark, the thrill-seeker, who had certainly got more than he had bargained for. His daredevil nature had been tested to the extreme, yet he had stood his ground, proving his courage. The haunting of Hollow Hill was more than just a tale of horror. It was a story of bravery, unity, and the quest for truth. It taught them that even in the face of the unknown and the terrifying, courage and unity could prevail. As they walked away from the mansion, the first rays of dawn painted the sky, symbolizing a new beginning for Hollow Hill. And thus, they learned that courage and unity can overcome even the most terrifying of horrors.